Welcome back, guys. I'm out at the pond. Came out here last night. Was looking to see how many crawdads were in here. Still loaded with crawdads. Everything's looking good. I come over here and I was wanted to look at the filter, and I could see it was getting stirred up. See, right now it's calm. I don't know if you guys can, the camera will put it in there or not. Normally it's calm on the bottom, but last night it was getting all stirred up, and I noticed something very strange. Look at this. Oh my God, he's wild. Look at him. He's zipping around. I don't know if we're about to catch him. Well, I might have to get the GoPro. I don't even know where he just went. That's why he's been in here. Anyways, there is a koi in here. Been in here probably all summer, based on his size. But obviously the eggs got sucked up through that pump, went through the screen on the bottom, and I got a koi that's 6, maybe 7 inches long now. And you would never know he was in here, because right now I can barely see him. I've cleaned the filter quite a few times and never noticed him, so I'll see if I can get him out. I'll have to get the GoPro. And then we're gonna clean this filter and show you guys what I usually do when I clean it. This is all sand and there's some grit in the bottom. You gotta hit air there, brings up everything, and give it a good blow, and it's good to go. But I think we have to get a big net. That guy is quick. Stay tuned. Catch this koi out of the filter real quick. Then I'm going to show you guys my pump. I'm going to clean it. And then, I don't know. I got the air compressor hooked up over there. I'll throw it on there. That guy has definitely been hiding on the sides. You can't really see on the sides. Let's see if we can get him out. Stay tuned. Hey, we got him. Pretty sucker. Got his little whiskers there. Oh, poor guy. He's a good looking koi. That's so strange. But I haven't cleaned this filter since, probably right at late April, so he definitely could be that big that fast. We'll put him in the pond. He survived. He's a survivor. Actually, see how fat he was on him? Jesus. He's fatty. And then he's been stirring up the water in there and making everything come out. And you can see it kind of coming out the tube now after I just made that mess. So he's been keeping the pond dirtier than it should be. So, okay. So I'm going to take this guy here. I connect it. Alright, everything's settled a little bit. Let me move my rock over. There we go. This gets stuck on here, like so. Alright, rocket. There we go. Put that on there. That diverts the water from the pond this way. Goes into the new pond addition that I'm going to be building. I've got all my weeds sprayed. We're going to start doing that. Pop this cap off here. Get some of that muck out. She ain't got much flow. Usually it's flowing really fast out of there, so you could tell that it's time. A lot of beneficial bacteria. I doubt if I'll find any, but what that guy's been living off of, there's one right here. What that koi has been living the life. Look at this worm.
full of worms. The sand is. Everything's living off of those worms. He's in here having, I mean, he's just eating. That's why he's so fat. So anywhere in this filter media, you can find them worms. Here's another one. So people are gonna ask, why, how would he survive in this filter? Well, this is constantly flowing water, got all the oxygen you could ever need. That's just crazy that he's in here. To me though, I'm like, what? All right, let's pump that up. So we're doing a water change also. The water level is going to drop. We're going to put in fresh water, so it's also a water change. Okay. Got my end of my hose, air hose right here. Put this cap back on. That is definitely, it should be shooting out of there a lot. When it usually gets really high when it's time to change pressure. We're bringing all the stuff that's trapped in the sand up. And it's going to go out our exit. We're bringing all that smelly stuff up right there. And now this is good for your pond or your plants. Check this out. That dirty water there. That's really good for your plants. That's why the grass was growing so dang good in here until I sprayed it. I still got to hit some here, it looks like. We'll run that for a while. It's just blowing air up. There's a grid in the bottom here, and all that air is coming up through the sand and blowing all the loose stuff up. See how dirty it is. But all them worms, they're good for the, they're just bouncing around here. They'll all settle back in, all them worms will. Some will get blowed out, but not very many. That's all your beneficial, those worms are beneficial. And then the ones that do go down get ate by the goldfish. All right, I'm gonna hop in here, check my screen on my pump. This is just a pump from Menards. It's it's actually cold. This pump is designed not to clog, but it does. There's a lot of lily pads in here, so they're in it now, but it ain't clogged up as you can see. But you still got to clean it out every once in a while. It's been since April, so see, it's designed not to plug, but it does have a lot of stuff in it. We'll get some more flow going now. And the goldfish are all over me right now. one more round of blowing it up. I'll let it settle, and we'll let the water go back into the pond. Well, now without that koi in here, see what usually I do, but I've been working a lot more hours. Usually, you could see a buildup in the bottom of this. I'll go in there with a hose and siphon it out. But that koi, he's been kicking it up, and this has been going into the pond. So this is gonna. I haven't really cared because you can still see the fish, and everything looks good. But it's gonna definitely get a lot clearer now without him in there pushing all my stuff out. Because all this stuff that comes up, if anything that makes it through the sand, will usually lay down on the top of the sand and stay there until I siphon it out. I need to stay up with it. About ready to let her go back to the pond. I'll let it settle, and I'll come in here and I'll skim off the top, and we'll be done. Ready for another. Well, this will probably make it until winter time. I won't even have to mess with it. It don't matter how many fish I put in there. There's a lot of filter material right here. You guys seen all them worms and stuff? So it's a good system. Now when I add on to the pond, when that becomes a pond, there'll be another filter here. The gutter, that gutter will pull into the pond. Every time it rains, will fill up. I have a gutter over there. Every time it rains, it goes into the pond and overflows the pond, so it's all adding water. So it's not a very hard thing to make, koi pond. A lot of people, they just don't stick with it. You get a koi pond first started up, it turns green, no matter what. It's going to be green. You just got to let it go through its cycle. 100 times better after that. So, let's see if we got how much more debris we got in here. It's starting to go now. This is the second year on this sand. This sand is so cheap, I'll probably scoop all this sand out, which is easy to do. You put a big old 1.5 inch hose in here, and you stuff most of it out first, and then you scoop out the rest and refill. I'll probably redo it next year, and when I do, I will show you what it looks like underneath. Alright, we'll let this settle down a little bit, and then we'll put it back in the pond. We dropped 4 inches of water out of the pond, so that'd be a good refill. So, alright, it's settled enough. I don't want to run too much water out because the crawdads that are in the rocks, they will start coming out. But that's good enough for now. That's a good clean. Like I say, we'll complete, and then now we're running water back in. And I want to show you guys something else here. Stay tuned. Don't mind the mess, but I just built this boat port. It ain't 100% done yet. I'm planning on putting a back wall on there so you can't see my bait tank, and you can't really see the woods and stuff. So there's going to be a wall back there to help keep snow from blowing in. May end up putting a wall in the front also. I basically could have made a huge trapping shed. I could have really extended the trapping shed, but right now this is where we're at. And I just noticed this pole right here. Look at the more expensive the lumber, the more it twists apparently. That thing is bowed all directions. I don't think it's coming out in the camera, but we got us a place for the boat. I got her loaded up. I'm gonna probably go out this afternoon, so I'll show you the bait tank here. I'm in the middle of cutting trees. A little bit of projects everywhere. Here's the bait tank. Nothing fancy. I am going to run a outlet that drops down. I'm going to have a tank here with the media in it for a filter, and then my pump will be down in here, and it will pump back in next year. Right now, this is the way it's going to be for the rest of the season. But we have some fatty goldfish in there. We got some bullhead, a few bluegill, but it's a pretty good system. If you don't want to have to go buy goldfish, every time you want to go fishing and have to worry about the place being open, just go ahead and buy a bunch and keep them alive. So that's what we're doing, and we're growing our own goldfish in the koi pond, as you guys can see. Alright, I just wanted you guys to see that. We're doing a little bit of something all the time, but see, I got some water on there. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Just a quick video. I've gotten a few emails and a few comments asking about the filter, so I've showed it, but I probably deleted the video because I don't get much views on them, so it'll be on here for a while anyway. So stay tuned guys. Thanks for watching.